Give it up for Norm MacDonald, everybody, man. Fucking A. Thanks for opening for me, Norm. I appreciate that. You're a hell of a guy. I'm actually glad to be here. To be honest with you, I'm actually glad to be anywhere that doesn't have the two words correctional facility written after it. Yeah, we'll talk about that later when I get to know you better. I'm really glad to be here also because I almost didn't get here. I have a piece of crap car. Anybody else piece of crap car? Yeah? I bet you I have you beat. I have a 1996 Hyundai Accent. That's right, ladies. That's right. And apparently I think that this accent is French. Yeah, because it smokes a lot, doesn't want to work either. Nothing against the French, don't get me wrong, but every time I get in the car, it's always the same thing. It's always, pig. Pig, the radio sucks, it's stuck on AM. Right now, my favorite song is, It's a good song. They play it all the time. They do. I can't even drive the car in Scottsdale anymore because every time I pull up next to a Mercedes, it just like gives itself up and throws a little white flag up on the antenna. Took it to a mechanic a couple of weeks ago. Guy tells me I have a tranny problem. Yeah, apparently I ran one over on Van Buren in Phoenix somewhere and it was stuck in my engine. Set of clear pumps with like through the oil pan and a fake breast got sucked into the carburetor. I don't know, it's weird. I want to get a new car, but my credit is shot. I went 2 weeks to go get a new car. The guy tells me, you put down $1,500 down and don't pay for 6 months. I was like, who told you about me? Street accents, as you can probably tell from my accent, I'm not from around here. That's right, I'm from Yuma. What? East Side. East Yuma. Now, I'm originally from New York, right? Any New Yorkers? Where you at? Yorkers! Nice. I don't have any jokes about New York. I was just looking for a ride home. So, if you're going that way. I actually live in Glendale now, which is kind of cool. I moved out there about 5 years ago. That's when I found out I was officially the first Italian from New York to move to Arizona using his real name. Thank you. I actually live right across the street. It's great. I actually live right across the street from the Phoenix Coyotes. Yeah. No, not the hockey team, the human smugglers. The funny part is the smugglers actually had a better winning record last year. And I live in an apartment building too, and I've lived there for like the last 5 years. And I noticed living there that depending on how somebody new moves into the building will kind of determine what kind of neighbor they're going to be, right? Like if people are like moving in, you see a truck making regular moving in noises, they're going to be a pretty good neighbor. But if you wake up like the next day and there's 12 people living next door and you didn't hear shit, yeah, fuck them, they're gonna steal from you. They're some sneaky bastards right there, right? And if you hear music playing when somebody's moving in, like Leonard Skinner, like Freebird in Sweet Home Alabama, you know there's gonna be some domestic violence going on next door. Probably a couple episodes of Cops being filmed too. And if you hear rap music like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, you know that's who I'm buying my weed from. Hell yeah! Location, location, location. I don't know. Actually, let's talk about pot. Any pot smokers in the audience? Anybody? Yeah, don't be afraid, I'm not a cop. I don't have any pot jokes. I was still kind of looking for a ride home. So, I got papers. I actually remember the first time my dad caught me smoking pot to teach me a lesson. He sat me down and he made me smoke the whole bag. Yeah. I learned my lesson that day. I started bringing home more weed, some beer. Mrs. Fletcher, my 8th grade English teacher. That's right, A's for O's. You guys seem to be a fun crowd. I got a question for you guys real quick. Have you ever been sitting at home, minding your own business, watching TV, the phone rings, you pick it up, turns out to be an ex, somebody that you hadn't heard from in like 12 years. You find out during the conversation they were thinking about you, so they looked you up through the internet and Facebook. Yeah, then they tell you that the reason why they called you was to tell you that they were doing so much better in their life without you. Has that ever happened? Okay, well, what I really want to know is am I a dick for doing that? Am I? Now, of course, in my defense, she was a bitch. She was. Never supported me or nothing. I am married 4 years, got married 4 years ago, right? Thank you, that's all right. She's just as excited. I love my wife very much. My wife is a special ed teacher, which kind of makes me her oldest student. Just found out I wasn't the brightest one. But it works out for us though, because I love doing things for my wife she doesn't like to do, you know? I'll do the cooking, I'll do the dishes, and she'll do things for me I don't like to do. You know, like keep a steady job and have good credit, you know? And sleep with large black men. I didn't even ask her to take on that load. Oh, wait, no, I didn't mean load like that. I am proud of my wife. My wife recently lost weight. My wife went on a diet, recently lost weight. She lost, and I swear to God, a total of 116 pounds. Yeah, give it up for her, man. 116 pounds. She actually lost so much weight, Mexican guy stopped hitting on her. What, I don't make the rules. Black guys still do, you know, because she still has a job. Right. I was going with that one. I got this last one, I'll get out of here for you. My wife is a big fan of the scented candles, like most ladies, right? Scented candles, woo, you're all fit. Yeah, I don't mind it so much, except my wife doesn't cook, and she likes to buy the candles that smell like food. Yeah, so like at 6:30 in the morning, I'm smelling blueberry muffins. I wake up, oh baby, did you just bake some muffins? She's like, nope, it's a candle. Same thing, Thanksgiving, I walk through the door, pumpkin pie. Oh, hon, you made, no, candle. So I got back at her. What I did was, I invented some candles that made it smell like I did shit around the house. That's right, she came walking in the door one day, she was like, oh, did you paint the kitchen? Nope, it's a candle. Did you mow the lawn today? Nope, candle. Now all I gotta do is try to invent a candle that smells like I'm actually listening to her when she talks. Hey, that's my time on Myke Dehu. Thank you so much.